Hey YouTube, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to use shall in English language correctly. Hey everybody, and if we haven't met before, my name is English teacher Matthew. I'm an English teacher from the southeast of the United Kingdom, here to help you improve your English. And like I said in today's video, we're going to learn how to use shall. Okay, so here we have shall. And here I've made four examples using shall in sentences. Now maybe the first thing you've noticed here is that all of them are questions, right? And this is mainly how we use shall. We usually use shall in questions. So you see we have a question, question, question and a question. Also you notice here that I have only used I and we in the examples, and this is because we tend to only use I or we with shall. We don't really say you shall or he shall or she shall. But anyway, when do we use shall? We use shall when we want to offer something to somebody. So for example, shall I get you a drink? This is an offer. Usually we say shall I do this after somebody said something. So for example, maybe somebody has said, oh, I'm thirsty, or oh, my throat is dry. So therefore I would say, shall I get you a drink? Now the second one here says, shall I close the door? Shall I close the door? And again, maybe someone said, oh, it's a bit cold in here, or it's loud outside. And so I would say to the other person, shall I close the door? And this means, shall I do this for you? Do you want me to do this for you? So, shall I do this? Now, in the other two sentences, where I've used what shall we do, that's the first example, what shall we do? Now, this one is asking for a suggestion. I'm asking for some advice. I need some help. So I can say to somebody, what shall I do? What shall we do? Now this one is more precise because it's using where, and we've got where shall we go for dinner? Where shall we go for dinner? So I'm asking somebody, another person who I'm going to go to dinner with, where shall we go? Where shall we eat? I don't know. Do you know? And finally, we can also use shall as a formal use of will. If you want to sound more formal, more posh, more upper class, you can use shall. Personally, I don't use shall in my everyday use, but you can if you want to sound like Her Majesty the Queen or somebody like that. Again, just remember we only use it with I and we. We don't say it with you, he or she or it. So here's some examples. We can basically substitute the shall for will in every single example. The first one says, I shall attend the class. I shall attend the class, sir. Or I will attend the class. This one says, we shall go to the shops. We shall go to the shops. And the last one, notice here, this is the negative use of shall. It's shan't. Shan't, it's like won't. We've got an N here, not. So we would say, I shan't be available. I shan't be available. So you can use shall in this way if you want to. Same as will if you want to sound more formal and more posh. That's the end of the lesson. Make sure you practice using this word in the comments below, and I'll be happy to check it later. Also, if you have any questions, then make sure you tell me too. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more. Have a wonderful weekend and see you next week. And remember, until next time, to keep practicing.